the ending of slavery, be that the civil rights movement, be that the ending of the Vietnam War, be that BLM, be that this moment right now. No positive changes that we've seen on any of the fronts with any of this stuff have come as a result of any one politician standing up and being like, you know what? This is wrong. We can't do this anymore. And then everybody sort of stops. No, it's been as a result of people resisting, of people sitting in.
One thing that I think people need to be really, really critical about, and this is something that I was saying that we need to be really critical about with the Russia-Ukraine conflict. So, like with the example that I gave there, it's an existential threat for Russia to have control over Ukraine. It's very, very, very serious for Russia. They're not going to back down on it. It doesn't matter how unethical the conflict is. They're not going to back down on it. It's a existential threat for the state. The state has its own logic that does not give a shit about morality. Morality in terms of the state is just diplomacy. That's it. The United States is always going to be in a position until like something crazy happens. Where they become so much of an international pariah that they literally cannot afford to back Israel. If Israel is toes that line, the United States is always going to be in support of Israel. Israel is really, really important for the West in general, geopolitically, just politically in general. Having that presence in the Middle East is just it's necessary for the state. That's not saying it's a good thing. That's not saying it's any moral thing whatsoever. That's just how it works. The moral questions about it, that's the diplomacy. So I am pretty nihilist when it comes to like protesting Israel-Palestine stuff. I don't think that it's like completely that there's like no impact that you can do whatsoever, but it's not going to be an impact that's going to stop the conflict. That Israel is going to be, even if Biden completely pulls back funding for the invasion in Rafah, they're still going to do it.
Of people protesting, of people disrupting the system, of people fighting back in any way that they possibly could. And if that wasn't happening, there wouldn't have been any pressure for anything to change ever. So, don't simply get disappointed when you don't.
That's a ridiculous counter-revolutionary position to take. Social insertion into the Palestinian liberation movement is probably one of the most promising tasks for anarchists at the moment. Listen, if you want to fucking LARP, you can go somewhere else. We don't care to entertain the fucking revolutionary LARP. We're going to be asking serious questions. We're going to be talking about politics seriously, and not whether or not your fucking like moral virtue signaling about the conflict is going to be doing anything to stop it. It's not. You have to actually consider what is happening on the ground politically, what is happening between the states, etc. Some anarchist you are then? I don't even claim to be an anarchist. I've only ever told people that I have like anarchist influences or whatever. I don't claim to be an anarchist. I don't claim to be a fucking revolutionary. I don't claim to be part of some fucking like LARP that you people do on the fucking internet to virtue signal to everyone else around you to convince yourself that you're a moral person. You're not. It just makes you feel better, okay? I don't play these fucking these weird LARPy fucking games that you guys do. I just don't. I don't care about that. Tell me your fucking revolutionary plan to fucking overthrow global capitalism and shit like that. Fuck out of here, dude.
Don't see these idiots who have been elected not doing shit, because that's what they've done every time during every crisis moment during this country's history. It's people protesting and fighting for what's right and putting pressure onto these morons.
Because the thing is, ultimately, all these people that like call themselves revolutionaries, that call themselves like true leftists, that really stand up and raise their fists for the moral issues around the world, they have no idea how to solve any of these problems. They don't care about how any of these problems actually occurred, how they developed historically. They don't care about any of those things whatsoever. What they want to do is they want to point to people and say, these are the bad people, therefore I'm the good person. But then when you ask them about like, okay, how do we solve this problem? They have no fucking idea. They have no idea. It's so cringe. I don't respect people who want to virtue signal and have no idea about any step that they would take to deal with any of this. Now you can say that you're like for ceasefire and you think that there's like a de-escalatory like method of like dealing with the conflict and that you want a two-state solution or whatever. Don't call yourself a fucking revolutionary. What are you doing? What's your point? You want to feel good. That's it. I have no respect for stupid fake leftist streamer bros like yourself. I don't give a fuck about your leftism. Your leftism is really just you fucking like virtue signaling and trying to convince people that you're a good person and convincing other people that don't agree with you that they're bad people. But really at the end of the day, you don't have any strong political opinions. You just don't. You don't understand anything about the conflict. You don't understand anything about the history. You don't care about any of these things, or else you would spend your time actually dealing with those questions about other than like trying to figure out whether or not someone is revolutionary enough for you to fucking watch their stream on Amazon. Really, dude? You're a consumer. That's what you are. You're a consumer. You don't have you don't even have a choice in the politics that you have. You just want to feel good. I understand that. I understand that. I've talked to a million people like you.
That have actually changed things down the road. And believe me, you want to be putting pressure on Biden more than you want to be putting pressure on Trump to do anything about any of this. Let's continue. But yeah, fuck Genocide Joe.
When the fall undecided, you can't twist the truth. The people out here united, never be defeated when freedom's on the horizon. Yet the music industry's quiet, complicit in their platform of silence.
But kid, I put my name under a label. Now I can turn my brain off. Yeah, apparently. Apparently, yeah. Like the thing is that like I care about getting out of the cycle of violence and questioning how the cycle of violence that's happening in Israel and Palestine developed over time, and trying to figure out ways that like we can talk about how to get out of this problem, how to get out of the cycle. But to you guys want to fucking virtue signal. You guys are going to be like, okay, but is it revolutionary? Is it anti-capitalist? Is it anti-white supremacy? What the fuck are you talking about? What do you like? What is your plan? What's your goal? What do you think should happen? It doesn't matter to you. You want people that have the same political label as you so that you can align yourself with something that makes you feel better, as if you're doing anything, as if you could do anything, etc. It's so pathetic. It's so pathetic.